I know you guys have missed the cardboard sign. Average picker.
Hey guys, Art Decline here, Average Picker. So, made a little road trip yesterday and got up to meet Jimmy Lovejoy up North End where I live. And he was kind enough to pass on a few challenge locks to me. So we're going to be picking through those until some other stuff comes in. This is number 29 by Jeffery Post. And we're going to be doing some bottom of the keyway tensioning, which I don't normally do, but it's because this little beveled in bit kind of goes up in here, and it makes it doing a top of keyway tensioning a little odd. And we're going to be running the tensioner this direction on the lock, because if you're watching this, you probably already know, but if you run it this direction, the bar ends up crossing over your pick line, and it can give you some false feedback, and it can also make leveraging a little difficult. So we're going to do it this way, and we'll see what we get. But I will say, I am out of practice a little bit here. I've not picked for several days. Kind of took the dry spell as just a time to take a little bit of pick time off. So we'll see what happens. I'm also using the Forest Diamond by Praxis. And the reason basically is just because it is a pretty big open keyway, and it just a little bit easier to get some lifts going on there. But yeah, between the awkward tensioning, or not awkward, but not what I'm accustomed to, and having been off a few days, I'm not expecting quick results here. So we've already moved into something of a false set, and I'm jogging on pin 2. Got very little tension. There we go. We're just basically working the pins 5, 4, and 3 back and forth a lot. Okay, now we've fallen into a really deep false set, and we're on, this could be 2. I think it's 2. We're getting some counter rotation. And, oh, there we go, we're open. We actually slid past the shear line without getting a noticeable click off of it. Alright, I'm going to adjust the camera here down a little bit. You won't be able to see the pins great, but we'll take care of that later. So we do have a key. So got Jeffery Post, number 29. Oh, and there's our bidding. None of these keys are mummified, but I've been trying not to look at them. Kind of just take them out and keep my fingers over them. So key works really pretty good. And of course we've got a C-clip. Which is going to prove to be an issue. Yeah, there we go. Kind of bent the shit out of it, but I think it'll be all right. Okay. Should I use one of my new shims? Probably should use one of my new shims, but we're going to go for it. There we go. Oh, right off the bat, I can tell you 4. We've got 4 and 1. We've got a very reduced diameter pin in there. Where's tweezers? Yeah, we'll use the old school ones for plucking eyebrows, right? Okay, so there's 5, 4, 3 is standard. 2. Oh gosh, guys, 2 is nasty looking. You get into an overset on him. Oh, 1 is pretty gross too. Okay. And let's see what we've got in the chamber. So, okay, so we have threading on 4, 3, and 1, and no undercutting or anything. So just good old decent chamber threading there. This is kind of bugging me that I don't know where I set the pinning tweezers. I know they were here because I was using them for something. Oh well, we'll be all right. Ooh, 1. Considering the reduced diameter on these, the key works really good. Okay, we've got a spool. Key's supposed to be that way, actually. Spool with a tiny little snag element on it, and 2 pretty neat little pins. Good solid serrated guy on, what was that, 4? And a spool on 5. Looks like that might be a manufacturer's spool, or we might have taken a little bit of diameter off of it. Let's see, do we have any work going on upstairs? Looks like all steel springs. We'll just go ahead and dump those. So yeah, we got threading on chambers 1, 3, 4, and 5 is standard, and that aligns with our core work. So what we had going on downstairs threading wise is the same as what's going on upstairs. So let's get the camera flipped around and take a look at this.
Haha, found the pinning tweezers. All right. So I'll show you the core here real quick. We can get it into focus. So you can see we've got really good threading on 1, 3, and 4. Kind of curious, I'm surprised we didn't have any construction hole issues there. Well, actually, we would have been rotating against that, so I'm glad we did not go clockwise, or counterclockwise, rather. So, but check out these pins we've got. These are pretty crazy. So, our 1 key pin, it's got a reduced diameter that sits up there at the shear line. We've got this guy who is reduced as well. So he's kind of almost like a barrel pin. Kind of, sort of. We've got this guy. Now I may have lost track of how he popped out. I'm pretty sure though this is where the shear line is supposed to be on him. Just as a last chance to snag on that little bit. And you also wouldn't have the issue of that riding into the spring. And that's the number 2 he's paired up with. Some really nice big serrations on there. And our number 3 driver. Nice bit of work. He's just paired up with a standard. And look at this guy on 4. This is, I can't believe the key worked as smoothly, because usually you get a diameter reduced that much. The pin above it can have a tendency to catch and snag. I can't tell. Do we have a little lip on him? No. Thought maybe he'd managed to get a little tiny lip on that guy. Say, whoa. And here's who he was paired up with. But you can see he's not really reduced, so he is going to ride across there up pretty okay. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. That's a neat guy, though. That's a neat little pin. Okay, and then we have this, and I'm pretty sure this is a factory spool, but he might have, at least the ones I've run into are usually not quite that deep. So he either did a really good job and it looks like it came from a manufacturer, or he may have deepened it a little bit. Honestly, some of the work some of you guys do, I can't. It could have come from a factory as far as I'm concerned. Might as well be, because you're doing such solid work anyway. And there's the guy, there's their 5th key pin that he was paired up with. It's a little nasty snag in case you overset, which I think it's always good to go for. Like, I try, not that I make great challenge locks, but I do always try to get that little element on all the key pins, just in case it gets overset. You might as well have one more in there. It doesn't really affect it lock-wise. So, but so there we go. That's our number 29 by Jeffery Post. So thanks, Jeffery, for pinning up this challenge lock. Looks like you've pinned up quite a few, actually. I know I've got, I think, 3 more with your name on it sitting here. So thanks for pinning all those up, and thanks to Jimmy for getting this lock to me. So I will talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.